Whatever. What's up, guys? Jake here. I'm bringing you a video about the stupidest detention I ever got at middle school. And yes, I did just shower. I swear, every video I make, I have just showered. And yeah, so basically what had happened was, let me move my headset. So, by the way, happy Easter, guys, if it's Easter, the day that you're watching it. So what had happened was we had this, it was in woodshop class, right? And I had this teacher that was really, he always thought that someone was doing something wrong. He always had to have someone doing something wrong. Like, he could never live with himself if no one was doing anything wrong. And so basically what had happened was we had this, like, reading period at the beginning of the class every like Thursday or some shit like that, and it was like 20 minutes of silent reading or whatever. And so what had happened was I was sitting there, and obviously it's woodshop class, so I was wearing a jacket, and I had some sawdust on my arm because there's sawdust everywhere in the woodshop class, you know what I mean? Because this was like fourth period or fifth period or something, and there's like 3 other periods before me, and so obviously they're not gonna like clean it in between periods because there's only like a couple minutes in between, like in passing period or whatever. And so I was sitting there, and I sat down at my table. It was like 5 people to the table or whatever, and there was like 6 different tables, something like that. And so what had happened was my teacher went in the back, and I was just sitting there reading, you know, and I saw something like on my arm because I guess the fan was blowing, so I kind of saw something moving on my arm. So I was like, let me brush this off, you know, and I had like some sawdust on my arm. So I was like just sitting there reading, you know, and then all of a sudden I look over and I'm like, what the fuck? And I brush it off, right? And when I brushed that off, the teacher was looking at me from all the way across the classroom, and he yells my name. He goes, "Hey Jacob, come here." And he had a really fucking deep voice for no reason. And well, I don't even fucking know why I said for no reason, but he had a really deep voice, and me being a little fucking, was that 8th grade? Yeah, that was 8th grade. Yeah, me being an 8th grade kid, hadn't hit puberty yet, really. I mean, or like just starting to or whatever. I'm not gonna have a fucking deep voice, so I'm not gonna yell back. But so I was like, all right, what the hell? Like, maybe I did something good, you know? Because I always like tried to be the good kid, but then I would always kind of accidentally get in trouble. But so I went back there, and he had his office back there, and he was like, "What were you doing out there?" And I was like, "Reading my book. Like, what else am I supposed to be doing?" And he goes, "No, why'd you hit the kid next to you?" And I was like, I literally looked over, brushed sawdust off of my arm, and then went back and started reading my book. Then you called me, and he goes, "No, I saw you hit that kid. You were not brushing sawdust off of your arm. Do you want me to call your dad?" I was like, no, not really, because it'd be a stupid reason to call my dad, and I was brushing sawdust off of my arm. And he goes, "You have one more chance. You can either tell me that you hit the kid next to you, or I'll call your dad." And I was like, don't call my dad, but I did not hit the kid. I wasn't roughhousing with the kid whatsoever next to me. Yeah, I think you're seeing stuff. And when I told him that, I think that triggered him even more. And so he was like, "I was just gonna give you a warning. I was just trying to scare you, but now that you're saying that I'm crazy, and now that you're saying that I'm seeing stuff, I'm gonna have to give you detention." And I was like, why? I literally asked, I remember, this is the one part I remember. I literally looked over at him, I looked him like straight in the face, and I go, why? after he said he was gonna give me a detention. And he didn't call my dad, but I did get a detention. He didn't really have a response after I asked why. He just like looked at me, and he like sighed, and then walked over to his other desk, because he had a office in the back, and then he had like his front desk where all the actual like students were and stuff. And he basically went up there, grabbed the detention slip, wrote it, and I was like, alright, cool. Can I go and sit back down now? And then, because like I wasn't trying to cause any trouble, I was just trying to understand why the fuck this dude was giving me a detention for no reason. So he was like, yeah, sure, go and sit down. And I sat down, right? And I don't even know how or what happened, but I sat down, I opened the book, and I got more sawdust on my arm, and I literally looked over and I was like, nah, I'm good, I'm not trying to get suspended because this dude's seeing shit, you know? And yeah, and by the way, I fucked up at the beginning. It was last 20 minutes of class, because I remember after I sat down and got more sawdust on my arm, I heard the bell ring and stuff, and he gave me a detention. I went to my next class and I went on with the day. I mean, I just thought it was really stupid. I thought that you guys might find some entertainment out of my monotone voice. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I don't know about this world anymore, bro. Later.